on a standard ute. That's a pretty good load, isn't it, eh? I wonder what the Road Transport Authority would have to say about that back home. I got fined a couple $100 for having too much gravel in the back of the old Land Cruiser once. But I didn't know, it wasn't much, it was only about a metre. But the springs were sitting down, so I finally let it come. Anyway, I'm up here today on a roadside food stall. So at the end of another day, the levee bank around the house seems to be working. The water's gone down considerably. It's not coming. It comes up every day the other side of the levee bank, but the water was trapped on the high side of the levee bank. Is slowly drying out and leaving it made an awful mess. It floated all the rubbish. It's people in Thailand would know there's a terrible lot of rubbish, plastic and junk as it gets thrown into a jungle. It floated all that stuff up, and now it's receding. It's dropped it everywhere. It's just a lot of rubbish and silt, a lot of silt like it comes after floods. So I've got a bit of cleaning up to do. It wasn't in the house, it's only all outside the property, but that's just what it is. Yeah, so another day goes down. Another day goes down in the Bangkok town. No, it's not Bangkok, it's just Bangkok. Yeah, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. You probably can't hear me. Here's a little thing for all you bloggers out there. My road radio microphone has died. It won't charge. It just won't charge. Now I got onto the warranty people at Rode. Good brand, good quantity, and they fixed me up and sent it into Bangkok and see what happens. Well, with COVID and stuff, and I'm just making excuses. I haven't got around to sending it yet. I can send it by post, and I'm sure they'll fix it and look after me. But at the moment, I don't have the radio mic, so I'm yelling at the phone here. Here I am, the sun's going down. We'll just have a bit of a look. I'll go for a quick stroll up here. Yes, up at the corner up there is a 7-Eleven. A couple of signs, Rainbow Holistic Clinic. A school over there, I believe. The schools all have those big black. There goes roast pork. Yeah, they've all got the black granite. Oh, what do you call it? Sign. A very fancy sign, but a big black granite sign with the gold writing. Nearly every school seems to have one of those. Here comes the man. Got a big load. Now see that other little ute behind there, it's got the plastic tarp, I'll put a still of it. That is full of water, like a big plastic bag in the back of a ute right up to the top. That's full of water, we'll either have fish or prawns in it. I'll go back to me mate, he's cooking his sausages. We're going to have a cold beer in a minute. In Bangkok they've got a lot of squirrels running around the wires. They're a native squirrel. But the funny part is in the country, you never see the squirrels. I've seen them at Arnung and I've seen them in Bangkok, but you never see them in the country. I know they do chase them and they eat them and they reckon they taste very good. The evening's coming down into Bangkok town and I'm about 15 minutes away from having a very, very cold Leo. I'm in the process of having to buy a year's worth of life insurance. The only recommended one is Pacific Cross. It's an American company, very expensive. And they require a complete medical checkup before they'll accept you. So I'm sitting and waiting for that, and it gets even more expensive the older you get. So the longer you live, the more it's going to cost you, but that's a requirement to get your visa. If I can't get that, I don't know what my options are. I may have to swim across the river or something, or go into Laos. I've got no idea what the options are because I can't go back to Australia at the moment. And if I can't stay in Thailand, I can't go back to Australia. That's a little bit interesting. We'll work it out. Oh, here we go, duck duck. Duck duck, homemade trucks. They get around everywhere. They haven't got a roadworthy certificate or anything like that, but they don't seem to fall apart or stop or crash or anything. Isn't that amazing? I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I think we're definitely over-regulated in Australia and in the West. These beautiful indoor plants are being sold at a reasonable price. In Bangkok at the moment, plants similar to this are being sold for up to 1 million baht. 1 million baht, smaller plants for 250,000 baht, 500,000 baht. Prices like this are just crazy. That's a bubble and it won't last. But here are some beautiful plants at very realistic prices. Beautiful. Oh. Have a look around the corner. The secret one's hidden around the back. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, there's some here too. I don't know the names, but these are beautiful plants. Absolutely beautiful. Crop, thank you. Thank you. I got a bit of an interest in indoor plants. When we shifted into a house, the in-laws gave us a collection of plants for the place. One of them was a huge monstera type thing, about 6 foot high or more. And then I'm looking on Facebook how to care for indoor plants, you know. And I suddenly find out that it's become a fashion. And they're selling for, certain ones are selling for 2 million bahts. Like, well, I don't know what the currency conversion is, but you can buy a house. You can buy a house for 2 million bahts. But one little monstera that looks good, you can sell for 2 million bahts. So there's a little bit of thing going on with the monsteras and all those other coloured ones like I've just shown there. But up here at Bangkok, they're not worth 2 million bahts, you know. They're still worth, still affordable. Look at this beautiful temple. It's actually nice. The sun's going down, shining on the. Everything's gold here. Everything's gold theme. Gold, yellow. Gold, as in not real gold, but gold. Yeah, sun's going down. It's not good for filming, but we'll go for a walk. Might come up all right. That's nice, that temple. If you had to be a little bit critical, say just it's overwhelming, too much gold, but it looks good. Oh, Wat Po Nam. Wat Po Nam, I think's the name of this temple. I just remembered. God, I still can't talk properly. Wat Po Nam. And a lot of the Wats have all got this little ornaments. That's not for sale, that's what people bring, and I don't understand it, and I think people just bring them to earn merit or something like that. I'm not really sure, but because they all buy them from the same place, you get lots and lots of things at the same models. I was just filming back at they're cooking the barbecued sausages, and they got the YouTube music playing, and the big problem we have with vlogging and making video YouTubes in live situations is if somebody's, see I'm going now, as a monks, the accommodation for the monks here, and they're playing music inside there somewhere, but if it's, you put it on YouTube and they'll give you a copyright strike because you've played music that's copyrighted, you know, which is all music owned by, any music owned by a big company is copyrighted. So I walk past here, I walk up here and somebody's playing music, and YouTube will say, you've used copyrighted music and you've got to take that YouTube down. It doesn't worry me as much as some other people. The people who film in the bar streets in Bangkok and Pattaya and Phuket, where they're playing music, thumping all the time, you can't get away from it. I don't know how they do what they do. I'm just walking and talking. The monk over there. There's an interesting thing, the monks, one of the teachings or one of it, what the monks are meant to do is not engage with anybody, because it's a part of being. The Buddhism is not to engage with people, although a heck of a lot of them do. But sometimes you think, oh, they're a bit distant, and that's they're being good monks according to our training. But they're just sitting down in the evening over there, relaxing, having a smoke. No tourists. No tourist Thai off along. I have to walk out to the river. That white fence over there, that white structure, that's a fork in the river, as one river goes that way and one river goes that way. The main river goes that way, the tributary goes that way. And that's a little peninsula, and there's a great big restaurant inside there of the old-fashioned type, but a heck of a lot of people use it. It's outdoors. The theme of it is natural timbers, unsawn I suppose you'd say, just natural timbers that are wiggly branches from the bush and used in the structure. It's a beautiful place. It's nice here at this time of evening. Look at that. Nice here, there's a bit of a cool breeze, it's not hot, not a single soul around, so I'll take my mask off. I'm going over to 7, buy a beer, sit down with my mate selling sausages. Very nice, I hope that'll be cool, very good. Nothing about Thailand. You know, things are a bit tough sometimes. There's a lot of people sitting around the streets in Pattaya. I haven't been to Phuket, but I've been to Pattaya, and I've seen some footage of Bangkok. There's a heck of a lot of people got no income whatsoever. And up here, like my mate here, he's out there. He's a motorbike mechanic. He's got a big motorbike business and mechanical business. But in the evening, he's selling sausages, barbecue sausages on the street. Everybody. Somebody once told me this. You guys know Thai people. Somebody once told me this. If you ask a Thai girl, where do you work? She'll tell you where she works, and then you say, and where else do you work? Because she'll work in at least 3 different places. And she doesn't only do one job. Every Thai person works in 3 or 4 different places, maybe unless they're a teacher or something. But even the teachers do outside tutoring. Interesting little observation that I've noticed. If I'm wrong, tell me. If I'm wrong, tell me. Everybody on YouTube is chasing somebody to make a comment because YouTube weighs up how good the videos are. 1, by how many people watch. Number 2, by how many people like. And the third one is sharing, how many people share it, and how many people make comments. So that's why when you watch YouTube, you always see the person who's doing the YouTube will chuck a lure out to get a comment. Tell me what you think, they'll say. Tell me what you think. So that's what I've got to do too. Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong. I could be controversial and say something a complete lie and get a lot of answers back, get a lot of comments, but that's a little bit fake. But it's also entertaining. Entertainment, you know, entertainment's got to be a little bit engaging. How you engage, you've got to get the people interested. People you're trying to entertain. Because let's face it, that's what it is. That's why oh, look at this. I'll just show you this for a minute. I'll show you this here. See, you scan around like this, what do you see? Nothing. But what caught my eye is this here. We'll go close. In amongst, pan around, and here we've got a little hedge around this, and we've got this thing here. with a tree growing in it, and nothing else, no notices around it or anything. But I can tell, as you can, by looking at it, it's as ancient as you'd ever get. It's very, very ancient. I see around this side, it's got little offerings. People are praying or making offerings to it, little offerings. But it's not repaired, that's just the way it is. As you can see, it's got a tree growing through it. Next door to it, you've got a great big gold thing. But here, how old would that be? I don't know. There's one around the corner at Wat Po is an old building. But it's old, sort of like this, not quite as falling down. It was 1770 is when it was built, I found that out. But this one, who would know? 1770 when Captain Cook sort of sailed around Australia around about 1770. That top bit there looks like it's about to fall off. Okay guys, going for a beer. Ooh. It's been good, yeah. Sometimes you can slip into a bit of melancholy in Thailand because you don't have to get out of bed, you don't have to do anything. And if you've got a hobby or an interest, that's great. I don't play golf. It's a rich man's sport for one. Number two, I've never played. I've had a go at it once, but it never turned me on much. I'm more of a wander around the hills with a rifle looking for a sambar stag, or going fishing for a snapper in the bay, or Port Albert, or even a few little whiting, whatever. I used to go diving a lot when I was young. Don't do it now. That was my activity, that was my hobbies. Nowadays, making YouTubes. Anyway, we don't talk about me. Here we go. It's the sausage man. An old lad. An old lad. I don't know who he belongs to. Someone will drop a sausage and he'll get a feed. Oh no, him, thank you. Sun's gone down in the California Bangkok town. Goes down quick. Takeaway food shop up there, smoking away, doing the trade continuously, always some people. Back towards the 7-Eleven, mate's little food shop here, continuously got people. I don't drink as much as what certainly not as much as I used to, but I still enjoy a cold beer at the end of the day. It doesn't matter which country I'm in. One of the best beers I've ever tasted is beer Lao, the Lao beer. It was really a high mark above all other beers. It's a little bit more expensive in Thailand, so I don't drink it here. Leo beer is an interesting beer. I think it's brewed from rice, or a component of rice, I've heard. I haven't researched it, I don't really know. That's all YouTubers say. If you've got a comment or you know something, put it down below in the comments. Oh dear, now you know why people say those things. Anyway, is it a comment? Now, don't take me as an anti-COVID or anti-vaxxer one way or the other. When you've got a country where you've got 20 people every night living in the same house, all communicating, all cohabitating, all eating together and all doing stuff without masks on the same house, and then they bring in a law that says if you go in a car, anybody from that house, anybody can go in a car, it's compulsory to wear a mask in the car. Even if it's the people you've been living with, even if it's your wife or your husband, if you're both in a car together and there's only two of you, it's still compulsory to wear masks. So that's why I think some people get a bit pissed off about rules and regulations that don't really make a lot of sense. A whole lot of people, it's a big community, you guys who live in Thailand know how it works, and wearing masks, I've observed, is done in public, and it's done in places where the policeman might be or something. But you go somewhere around a corner where everybody knows everybody. There's a few people do wear masks all the time, but it's about at least 50% or more. As soon as they're out of the limelight, the scrutiny of the public, doesn't matter how, they'll just whip that mask down under their chin, like what I'm doing now. And that's just an observation that I've seen all the time, so you can make of it what you want. Hey, if I can't get my insurance, if they knock me back on my insurance, so I can't stay in Thailand, and they won't let me come into Australia because I'm not allowed to go back to Australia, what are my options? Yeah, that's an interesting thing. It's something will work out. I can't predict it because the rules are changing constantly, every hour, every day, in all countries. Relaxing in the cool, not the cool of the evening, it's quite warm. Relaxing in the warm of the evening amongst good people working to make a living. Catch you guys. Love you all. I've got to put a new ending on that. I can't say love you all. So I'll just say I'm over here just showing you that there are options in life. I'm nobody special. I'm only a labourer from rural Australia, and here I am living over here a completely different life with people around. You can hear the voices. It's completely different, and it reminds me of what life was like with my uncles and cousins when I was a little kid. Everybody's involved. Everybody's a part of the community. And I get carried away with emotions, and that's why I sign off saying I love you all. Okay, I'm not allowed to say that because I'm a bloke, I'm an Aussie bloke, you know, all that macho stuff. I'm not allowed to say I love you. You don't say that to mates, you don't say that to men. But I've got to find some other words that mean the same thing. You know? So I'll put it this way. Have a good life, never give up. I like the saying out of the Vikings movies, when one of the Viking brothers who was getting left behind all the time pushed into second place, and he went to see the shaman, and the shaman says to him, he said, if you knew what the gods had in store for you, you'd be dancing naked on the beach. But that's what life can do to you. One day you're the bloody downtrodden employee at a shit workplace, but if you've got the mental imagination, you can suddenly become the king of your own life. It's doable. I've got no talents, and I've got no great financial resources, and I'm living a life that people can't buy for money. Okay, things can change every day. See you guys. Not allowed to say I love you. Just see you. Hello, how are you?
Where you go?
I go somewhere.
Oh, come here.
Have a look.
Okay.
Him already. I don't know where I'm going. Somewhere. I'm going up that way. This is the eating area on the barges.